Welcome back, Meg.
Oh, hi there. I didn't see you come in.
Another episode, and not just any episode of Sliced. We are in the semi-finals of Sliced tonight. And if this is your first time on Slice, you've caught quite literally the last time we'll be doing a group of 4 trying to create predictive models, data visualization, and find what we call golden features, all to gain points. The 2 people with the most points at the end of the night will win. Let us introduce our contestants.
David Robinson, Principal Data Scientist at Heath.
My name is Julia Silge. I'm a data scientist and software engineer at our studio.
My name is Ethan Douglas, and I'm a data analyst at The Athletic.
Landon Buechner, Texas A&M alumni and upcoming data scientist.
Yeah, so the data set that our contestants are working with is about house prices on Zillow. So this is kind of like the data set that we had on Airbnb several weeks ago. All of these properties are in Austin, Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So they've got different information about like the home type, its location, that's right, latitude, longitude, number of garage spaces, whether it has a spa or not, and other kind of like various attributes. And then what they're predicting is price range. The first golden feature is to plot lat long as an XY with year built as the hue. And then the second golden feature, make a plot that facets by city. So there's something like 5, what are they like?
Suburbs.
Divisions of suburbs or something of Austin. Right, so we are at 9 o'clock Eastern, so I've just let our contestants know that they can begin coding.
Julia Silge, and she's already diving into data viz, plotting the price range, and she is seeing exactly what me and the QA checkers we're trying to figure out what to do with these price ranges. We tried to make it somewhat even, you know. We didn't want to go all out and make it super unbalanced. There's still unbalance in there, up to $250,000 for the lowest range and over $650,000 for the highest range. Can you imagine buying a house?
I live in LA, so yeah.
Can you imagine buying a house?
No.
We have Landon working with some count vectorization, and it looks like he's running some sort of TF-IDF stuff. And we also see Ethan here also working with some TF-IDF, trying to get as much out of that description column as possible. Don't look now, but we do see Julia already plotting heavily. Latitude, longitude by price range. This is the target that they're looking for tonight, the bins of prices. D-Rob's here, and he's already looking at the different home types and the different mean price bins. It's not predicting precisely the price of a house. And we do see D-Rob. This is by house type. Now, if he takes this one step further and facets by city, that's 10 points that he could be getting.
Hey, Ethan, how's it going?
No, it's going. Turns out I don't know how to figure out which class is which.
That seems important.
Model.
That seems important.
I'm just going to do some TF-IDF, which I found through a quick Google search, and play around with a little bit. Add some quote-unquote success with it, some practice. So I'm going to do that right now, actually. Start implementing that. So hopefully
very good.
One more question from chat. Why does Tom Brady own the Chiefs?
I'm sorry, you're cutting out there, Nick? I think I'm going to have to go.
And also, I will here admit publicly, I was like, okay, I will do my best at like winning the modeling. And I did kind of think, oh, if I don't win, then I'm done. I didn't realize that there was going to be like another round and all this stuff. So that first episode, I was like, okay, I'm just going to really concentrate on building the best model I can. And since then, I feel like I've gotten a better understanding of, of the
How the show works.
How the show works. I'm like, oh, okay.
We were noticing in your pregame there that you were checking out maps. You were doing a little analysis about perhaps Lake Travis. Do you feel like you might have an advantage knowing a little more about Texas than your opponents?
Well, we'll see how the chat values are for these once I'm done training. Maybe give me some insight to how useful these are. But if it doesn't really give me much performance, I'll probably just drop them off later on. But to answer your question, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Like,
very data scientist of you, man. Very data scientist of you.
Here we are. I just set up the first animated map. I've been waiting to do an animated map this whole
competition, so I'm excited to have the opportunity.
That's awesome. Yeah, we've been watching you develop it. Looks great.
Chat's loving it, by the way.
Oh, nice. The idea of having the categorical variable, but one that's ordinal, definitely was an interesting one to get around. I'm going to work on maybe some better color ranges to do this, but and that's been the most exciting thing I see. Other than that, the features, I love that there's text data in there. I'm definitely going to pull that in. And I ran into the biggest hiccup so far has been that when I installed the Magic package, it somehow broke GG Animate. And when I uninstalled the Magic package, it broke my approach to showing memes. I'm going to have to work around that.
Landon looks like he is also taking a look at different, GIS.
Yeah, he discarded the idea of using Mapbox, but we still see him looking at some Mapbox kind of documentation, so...
Python, and I talked about this on my other streams before, Python definitely is underserved in terms of GIS, in terms of visualization. It is not underserved in GIS in terms of modeling and figuring out geospatial things, in terms of like equations or in terms of packages that allow you to compute things. But in terms of visualization, it is, in my opinion, it is a little more difficult than your GG map or your different ways you can plot on.
You know what I think would be really easy, or would be really a nice tool for visualization here, would be like Tableau. This is where a Tableau would be pretty. I think it has like a Mapbox integration, out of the box. At least I've used it with that integration, so
that's right.
It's kind of funny.
But looking at Landon's screen, we just quickly moved out of it. Oh, look, he did get it going.
Ooh, very nice. Okay, so what he was struggling with earlier was making a map where he can zoom in on a city. So here we are, zoomed in on a city, and
yeah, he just needs to drop his marker size, and I think he'd be okay. Ethan's taken an approach that isn't data viz right now, and he is quite literally focused solely on modeling. And to be honest, when you're a baker, you make bread.
All right, looks like we've got some text analysis.
Look at the zip code in here.
TF-IDF stuff.
Also, apparently, laminate for all you
gourmet.
This would be great to tell agents out there, real estate agents. Okay, don't use these words. Very interesting word correlated with predict.
Quartz, yeah.
Look at what Ethan is doing here. He couldn't figure out TF-IDF, and so he is doing his own tokenization.
Oh my god, doing this the old-fashioned way. But again, he's chill about it. At least that's how I interpret the little smiley face there.
He could have written a function for this.
Yes.
Look how much copy-paste there is here.
What is it? You copy paste four times, and you should be writing a function. Yeah.
Literally, the functions just define the function def tokenize, and then name, and then these would be the variables. This is actually really interesting because I haven't seen p-values used in this way.
Right, yeah.
So this does exist, and obviously they're all significant, right? E to the -10, so these are all significant. P-values, they all have some sort of significance to them, but they do vary in terms of how many times they appear. And so depending on the number of times a particular word might appear, you might want to adjust your p-value to match your the amount of times it occurs in your sample or in your data set.
Okay, and we see she's writing now in her notes some of her interpretations of this plot, words like outdoor, custom pool, suite office, increase with price. So those words are associated with the higher prices. Words like new paint, carpet, great tile, close flooring, decrease with price. Oh, he's got some SHAP.
He does have a SHAP plot going. He does have a SHAP plot going. This is multi-label, so the thing that he needs to recognize is it doesn't look like his typical SHAP summary, and that's because there's all these different predictors. In the SHAP values, if he just indexes through, if he just slices through 1 or 0 through n, any of those numbers will give him the actual SHAP summary plot that he's more used to. But if you aren't so familiar with SHAP, and remember Landon is a brand new data scientist, got his job literally 2 weeks ago, he may not have so much experience with SHAP. Maybe he doesn't know those tips and tricks, so that shouldn't hurt him if he's just doing overall feature analysis, but there's definitely some nuance depending on the type of price bracket you want to be predicting on. So maybe he wants to like turn certain features up or turn certain features down, and he won't have that insight unless he's able to cut through that chap value data frame there. 14 minutes left to go. Ethan here with a correlation, just univariate here, school rating and teachers. D-Rob with a horizontal plot, still his priciest zip codes here, and zip codes based to less than 4 miles. Zip code based on less than 4 miles to nearest zip code.
Zip code based on less. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Nearest zip code center within 4.
What?
We do see a lot of things like this from Landon, and again, a lot of out-of-the-box plotting. It's nice to see, but it's not exactly spicy.
Yeah, we want spicy plots.
You need a little more, I need a little more seasoning. It is crunch time. Oh, and it's also apparently meme time. If we could get D-Rob's screen to load, we just missed one.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
That's good. Julia, looking at price range. And the proportion of these words, like, that's really cool.
This is so cool.
That is awesome.
God, Julia, the last 2 weeks, Julia has, I mean, obviously it's not surprising, but she has surprised me. Let's go over to D-Rob. D-Rob here, also tuning down his model, really trying to figure out that regularization parameter. Unsure if, oh no!
What are we seeing?
Julia bombed.
No! Oh my god. Talk about worst time to bomb. 2 minutes left.
Julia's session crashed.
Ouch.
Julia, she's not gonna get that back. It's 2 minutes left.
It's time.
Oh, it's done.
Pencils down, keyboards down. Yeah, I've let our contestants know to stop coding, make their final submissions, make sure that they're in and selected. Yeah, let's kick off the poll. So this is the chat component of our contestants' points tonight.
Julia wins it. D-Rob 1 vote away.
All right. Congrats, Julia. We had one contestant discover 1 golden feature, and that contestant was Ethan. That is 10 points for 1 golden feature to Ethan.
You ready with Landon first, Meg?
Yeah, I think I am.
3, 2, 1, Landon. Why for Meg?
I ended up really liking what he did in terms of iterating on those maps and how that allowed him, as we noted during the show, to tell like a story. He really had he really took a focus like education and really kind of like extracted a narrative.
3, 2, 1, Ethan. Why 2, Meg?
He kind of just like took one thing that worked, copy pasted it, and then just changed one factor, and it didn't kind of like weave a story in the same way that it did for Landon.
3, 2, 1, D-Rob. Why 7, Meg?
Going back to the map stuff that we saw from David, I really loved that we saw his use of animation to create like GIFs was something that I had long thought about making a golden feature. In fact, but kind of thought it would be a little too reachy, perhaps.
3, 2, 1, Julia Silge. We both gave her 7.
I thought they were beautiful plots. I thought they were beautiful insights. I loved that she, although I don't think she was able, I think she was kind of foiled by the R bomb there at the end. I love that she was, using that the tidy text analysis, the visualizations to pull out more features for her model.
The metric was log loss, chat. The lowest log loss wins with 30 points. 10 points will go to second place, and third place gets 5 points. Landon Buechner has a log loss score of 0.902. Ethan Douglas has a log loss of 0.873. D-Rob has a score of 0.889. 0.889. The other person joining Ethan in the finals is David Robinson. Congratulations, D-Rob. You are going to the finals. Ethan will be there to meet you. Julia had a log loss of 0.924. So close tonight. That was insane, Meg.
That was wild.
That was insane.
Good up. Good up.
Really good. Really good. The finals, y'all. Next week, head to head. Ethan Douglas.
This is it. Somebody called it R versus Python.
It's Ethan Douglas and David Robinson. Last episode of Sliced for the season, and we have so many surprises for you. Have a good night. Have a good night, chat.